were out and about. We went and have lunch. We went pop in at Sam's Club. Had to grab a few things. Where we ended up eating lunch, the new Burlington that's in Colorado Springs is in the same parking lot. So naturally, I'm going to go check it out. As you saw, there wasn't a whole lot that was exciting to grab. So I went ahead and grabbed a slew of these Michael Jordan fragrances. Now, 3 of these 4 I have had. They have the little travel kits that come out for Christmas every year. And I still have some of them. They're in the box down here with all my decants. So I'm very familiar with 3 of the 4. So the one that I have not tried before is Jordan Drive. So this was $10 for a 100 milliliter bottle. The original Michael Jordan, which was $15 for a 100 ml. Classic. I had a bottle of that when I was a kid, actually. 23 by Michael, which was $13 for 100 ml. And the best of the bunch, if there's only one to get, it always has been Legend, $13 for a 100 milliliter bottle. This is the Gourmand with Real Performance. So we're gonna bust them all open. It's been a while since I've smelled these 3. We will just do a refresher on those, but we're gonna start with Drive, since it's the one I've never smelled, and see what I think. So instead of the usual throwing the plastic at the screen, my office garbage is literally right by my left foot. So just throw it away. So let's see what this bottle looks like. I know what the bottle for the others looks like. Cheap and cheesy looking bottle. Kind of Adidas-esque, as I expected. I mean, I'm not expecting a ton of quality here, you know. Actually, grips pretty well, but it's kind of a cheesy looking bottle. But all that really matters is for those of you that are on an extreme budget that go after some of these $10, $12, $14, $15 fragrances, let's see what's worthy of your $15 or less. That's what's most important. I can tell you, spoiler alert, this one is going to be worth it. But we'll give it a spray on top of the hand. Cheapo, cheesy plastic cap. There's nothing quality here, guys. It's all going to be synthetic. But it all depends on, like I said, what actually smells good. So I'm getting strong shower gel vibe here. Super strong shower gel vibe, but familiar. This is a very familiar scent. This is very familiar. I mean, really, really familiar. Kind of it's a Nautica smell. Nautica Voyage-esque. Almost, not quite Nautica Blue, more Nautica Voyage. But I'm visualizing a blue Nautica fragrance. Yeah, because there's an appleness to it, so I'm going to say Nautica Voyage kind of smell here. Yeah, it strongly resembles Voyage, honestly. And it's only $10 for a 100 milliliter bottle, so you can actually save a few dollars on Nautica Voyage and get this. Neither Nautica Voyage isn't a strong performer. I actually get decent performance out of it, though. I don't know if this is going to be decent or not. It is an eau de toilette concentration, but that don't mean anything. It might be an hour-long fragrance. I don't know. It was very sharp and synthetic up top, but now that it's had a minute, it smells like Nautica Voyage. If you have Nautica Voyage already, don't get Jordan Drive. It's the same smell. I mean, like, pretty much almost one-to-one. Almost one-to-one. More aquatic. I find it's a little bit more aquatic than Nautica Voyage, because Nautica Voyage has more florals working for it. Whereas this straight up smells like salty, watery, apple, aquatic smell. It's decent. This is a good gym bag fragrance. Super budget, at which this is geared for. I bought these to talk about those of you that are on a super budget, $15 and below. If you just want a cheap aquatic, something that's just super mega fresh, this is okay. This is okay. And the reason it's okay is because it's familiar. It smells like Nautica Voyage. I really like Nautica Voyage. Now, honestly, when I want to wear Nautica Voyage, I'm just going to wear Nautica Voyage. So this will take a back seat. I don't know how often I'll ever wear this. If and when I do, it will be out the shower. But for those of you that are on just a severe budget, like I was saying, and you want something super fresh and aquatic, this isn't that bad for $10. It is nothing special. It's a pass for most people. It's going to be a pass for any enthusiast that has a decent sized collection. This is going to be a pass. But again, I stress, I'm not talking to the enthusiasts that wear Mancera and, you know, Raja Parfums, or like their Dior's and their Chanel's and stuff like that. This is not who this video is geared towards. I appreciate those of you that are watching nonetheless. But for $10 and you need something to smell fresh, this is that. It's the shower gel Nautica Voyage smell for $10. Next, we're going to go 23 by Michael Jordan. Now, it's been a while since I've smelled this one. Don't really remember the smell off the top of my head. So, decent looking bottle, rubberized cap, plastic on the base. This is a little thicker of a cap, but still nothing special here. Let me find where, there we go. So we're going to give myself a good spray on the forearm. Again, I don't remember, I'm not going to breathe through my nose yet. I'm going to let the alcohol calm down, because these are all going to have a heavy blast of alcohol. They're cheap fragrances. I don't recall what this one smells like. I do remember liking Flight by Michael Jordan. I want to say, before I smell through my nose, I want to say there's one of them that smells similar to Aqua de Jo, and it's either Flight, Jordan by Michael, or this one. It's one of those three. This has a little bit of Aqua de Jo going for it, but it's much more spicy. This is a spicier fragrance than I expected. Kind of strange. Strange smell. I definitely like Drive better in the opening, I'll tell you that right now. Nah, this kind of sucks. Honestly. This kind of sucks. This one I feel is a waste. For me, it's off-putting in the opening. It's spicy, but it's weird. And not good weird. Yeah, I don't like this. It's got something that's just not jiving with either my skin chemistry or my olfactory to begin with. I don't care for it. Yeah, I'm going to have to scrub this one off. 23 by Michael Jordan. This is garbage. I don't like this at all. This is poo-poo. This is garbage fragrance. Save your money. Pass on this one. So this was a waste of money for me. Again, I blind buy, so you don't have to. 23. It's got some spice going for it. And I'm not saying there isn't somebody out there that likes this. I'm sure there's at the least hundreds of the billions of people on this earth. There's at least a few hundred that think this smells good. And for you, if you like it, hey, more power to you. I'm not going to knock you for liking a fragrance I don't like, but I don't like this. This is a pass. I don't even like smelling it. Moving on. Michael Jordan, the original. So this, I actually had a smaller bottle when I was 6th grade, I want to say. Around the same time that I had Tommy, and I remember them kind of smelling similar. Because in 5th grade, I had got Tommy. This was $15 for 100 ml. This is an Eau de Cologne. This is classic. This is the same bottle as 23, but it has that basketball indented into the glass with the logo, and it says Cologne, Michael Jordan Cologne. This is the original. I'm sure it's not going to have some of the longevity that it had years ago, because it was a decent years ago. But if my memory serves me correctly, this one's kind of similar. Yeah, it's a little similar. Not the same though. A little similar, more green type of smell. A lot of herbs. Yeah, it's got a similarity to Tommy. A little different though. I like it though. It's green, it's herbaceous, it's got a little bit of a sweet, boozy kind of undertone. More of a bland sweetness though. I think that's what's making it kind of smell a little boozy, is it's got a bland sweetness. So it's not a thick or heavy sweetness or candied or anything like that. A lot of fresh greens here. It's fresh, spicy. in the top. This was signature scent stuff growing up. You know, there was a lot of people that wore Michael Jordan cologne growing up. Long before they had all these flankers, when it was just this one. That was during the peak of Michael Jordan's powers. That was during the second three-peat that this came out, if I can remember correctly. And look, this is nothing special. It's more nostalgic for me. It's nothing special in scent profile. It's very synthetic. But if you're just looking for something that's going to kind of work as an everyday scent, and you only got $15 to spend, this isn't going to be a bad option. Light years better than 23 by Michael Jordan, and not near the freshness and aquatic nature as Drive. Drive is definitely super fresh. So honestly, you could spend $25 and have somewhat of diversity in your collection just in the Michael Jordan line alone, because this could be super fresh, casual, out the shower, running errands, gym, all that good stuff. And this can be your everyday, going to work, going to have dinner, whatever. This has got the versatility for it. Like I said, very synthetic, but it has a little bit of character to it. I'm sure there's no staying power because it's an eau de cologne these days. It's probably like a 2-hour fragrance. One that, if you don't mind refreshing, keep it with you, keep it in your bag. It's decent. It's decent. So far, the one to beat is Drive. It does have the best smell. This one is the most versatile. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards this one because I feel like this will serve you so much more in other seasons that aren't just hot weather. It does smell kind of similar to Tommy. It gives a similar vibe, but Tommy's definitely better. If you could get Tommy for around the same price, get Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. That's a better fragrance. And the performance is going to be about what, maybe a little more from Tommy. But not bad. Michael Jordan cologne is not bad. And finally, we have Legend. So I remember this being my favorite. I know this is the one that gets the love in the community, as it should. It's the Gourmand. It is the heavy one. It's got like a, if I remember correctly, I don't remember the notes exactly. I want to say it's got coffee and like a maple syrup accord and stuff like that. I remember it's a pretty sweet scent, if I remember correctly. We're going to go on the other forearm. Good spray right there. And usually these darker, heavier scents tend to perform better. Oh yeah, that smells beautiful in the air. Oh yeah, it's a little bit of roasted coffee. It's synthetic, of course, just like all of them. Synthetic, a little boozy maybe. It smells like it's got a booziness to it. There's this thick sweetness. This is lovely. Not a hot weather fragrance. Absolutely the best one of the bunch here, as I expected, because this was the one I spent the most time with. I went through I had 2 years in a row I had got for Christmas the little travel sets. It had 4 different scents. The little black, like I want to say they were like 5 ml or 7.5 ml, 7 ml, something like that. And they had a variety, and I was able to try pretty much all the offerings. And both sets had Legend, and 2 years in a row I went through those. Yeah, Legend's good. Legend's really good. Honestly, on a budget, if you're to get one, this is the one to get. This is the Sweet Gourmand. This has the most character. This one's going to perform the best. This one will probably get you a few compliments, honestly, because it's a sweet, sexy kind of smell. Out in the air, it's going to be lovely. Directly off of skin, it's actually quite lovely. Synthetic, but still very, very lovely. Very seductive. Oh man, you could do a lot worse than what you'll spend, which I forgot what it was. I think it was 13 was what a 100 ml of Legend is. This is hands down the best one to get, as a lot of you already know. But for those of you that are newer to this and looking for just a super cheap fragrance that's going to work for you for your money, $15 or less, hands down, if you like sweet scents or you're looking for a sweet scent, Legend would be the one from the Michael Jordan line. There's more fragrances in the Michael Jordan line. This is just 4 of them, but they're actually lined up according to how I would rank them. So my overall thoughts here, and I'm going to give them each a rating. With Legend, I believe Legend is a 7 out of 10 fragrance, okay? I'm taking synthetic out of it because some people will will give it a knock for being synthetic. And synthetic does play into it, but the aroma is good. The performance is going to be decent here. It's not going to be a beast. It's going to be heavy up front, but it will stay on your skin probably about 6 hours, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've worn it, and it could have been through reformulations, but I mean, they've always been cheap fragrances, so I doubt much has changed. But I would say a 7 out of 10 for Legend. I think this is the best bang for your buck of the group, for sure. Now, Michael Jordan Cologne, I would say, is next because this one's decent. I'm going to give this one a 5. It's going to dip drastically. I would say this is very, very average at best. That's why I give it a 5 out of 10. For 15 bucks, if you're taking performance completely out of it, it's going to be okay. If it would be a better performer, I'm sure it could be maybe a 6 at best, but it's very synthetic. It's green. It's a bit more masculine. While not smelling matured, it doesn't smell of today's style of fragrances. There's nothing blue about this. There's no modern aroma chemicals, ambroxans, amberwoods, stuff like that. But it is a decent smell. If you're looking for a versatile fragrance, this is going to be the most versatile of the group that can kind of do it all. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. I'm going to give a 4 out of 10 to Jordan Drive. It does smell like Nautica Voyage. I'm sure it doesn't last for crap. It is more, it's pretty sharp and synthetic up top, but it is a pleasant aquatic green apple kind of smell. Very, very watery. It does have the most easy to like smell of the group, but I fear this is going to be like maybe a 2-hour fragrance, and this is really specific to warm weather, in my opinion. I feel like you lack the versatility here. Of course, there's never a bad time to smell as fresh as this fragrance does. Don't get me wrong, but when you start getting into cooler months, I think this is going to suffer drastically being in the cold. That's why I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. And then taking up the caboose, I mean, I'm going to be nice and give it a 2 out of 10. That's me being nice because I don't want to smell this forearm. It's on this forearm. I don't want to smell it. It's off-putting to me. I do not like the way this smells. If you value my opinion, pass. Save your $13, I think is what this was. Save your $13 and get one of these. Spend 10 bucks on this. Spend 15 on this. Spend 13 on this. Get one of these. Don't get this one. This is the garbage. The one I would outright call garbage of this group. I don't like having to just tear up a fragrance, but when it's bad, it's bad. When it's okay, it's okay. When it's good, it's good. When it's great, it's great. This is bad. I don't like how this smells at all. Let me see if anything's changed. It's settled a bit. Yeah, I'm sticking with my 2 out of 10. It's not something I'll ever wear. Bad. So, recap. 7, 5, 4, 2. Don't buy this. If you're looking for a summer freshie, solid. Versatility, okay. The one to buy. If you like sweet, you want something that's going to have decent performance, and you want something that has the ability to pull in a ooh, you smell nice, go with Legend. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on these 4 offerings from the Michael Jordan fragrance line. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Do you have any of these already? Do you feel different from me? Do you have 23 and you actually enjoy it? Let me know in the comments. Like I said, I'm not going to knock somebody for liking something I don't like, because there's things I like that I'm sure some of you don't like. It's all subjective stuff. Not everybody likes everything. Some things are for some, and some things are not for others. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these, or you pass on 23, and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.